think my first impression of Vietnam was getting off of the airplane. We flew backwards on a MATS, M-A-T-S, Military Air Transport System, and it had no windows in it. So we were glad to get off of that airplane. It kind of unnerves you. You either know the reason you're flying backwards is for possible plane crash. But we got off at the Tan Son Nhut Airport in Saigon, and they had a bus waiting for us to take us to a staging area where you got a place a bunk to stay. They assigned you to a temporary bunk while they sorted out where you were supposed to actually go. So this bus picked us up in the morning and took us down Tran Hung Dao. There's a big street there, big main street. It's like Pacific Coast Highway, Tran Hung Dao, busy bicycles, taxis running up and down, to our old abandoned French headquarters. There was no air conditioning in this building. We just opened the shutters on the window. It was really hot there. One thing that kind of intrigued me, it was warm, and there was lizards running all up of the walls and across the ceiling, green lizards. I don't know how they stuck up on the ceiling, but they could run up and down the ceiling. And that was weird. I thought I must be in Disneyland. And the girls were all dressed in a fancy dress, the outsides of flowing silk dress with a cone-shaped hat. Men, well, they wore t-shirts and shorts and shower shoes. They weren't so impressive. My experience at first was, well, this must be just like Adventureland. And that was April, by the last of April of 1963. April 1963, I got there. And by May, we had 2 episodes of attempted assassination of our unit. Somebody in the Viet Cong hierarchy ordered bombs placed at our compound here. And well, it was like from here over to that fence where the bomb went off. Holy mackerel, a big, big, loud explosion. And all of a matter of minutes, people started screaming and hollering, and people were running. And somebody said, we need some first aid. And so I had a big thing the size of this table. We took 4 men, carried this all out there, and there they were. Bodies strewn around, people screaming, and mothers crying, and babies crying. The dead ones are not saying a thing. So you take the dead ones and you put them here in a separate pile. And then another bomb went off on the other side, which I expected to catch one of these mortars, whatever it was, blowing this place up in my lap, and I would be one of these dead bodies here. So that's really unnerving when that happens. Then I also expected, well, we're under attack. We should have Sergeant York here to lead us in the charge against whoever it is that's attacking us. We don't know what's going on. There's just things are blowing up. And nobody ever came. A lot of Vietnamese came. But apparently this is the first attack at Americans in this main compound. They pick them off one at a time out in the, driving a Jeep somewhere with snipers. But this was a big surprise.